Hey guys, it's March, March, March 26th, and this is take 2 of my video because it's time to review the book of the month, and I forgot that we didn't all read the same book this month, so I just kind of dove into it and then realized that y'all may not have actually read this one. Well, my book, Christy, you gave me was H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, and it's essentially about this guy who creates a time machine and nobody else believes him. So he goes on this, I guess, adventure for like 9 days, and then he comes back and tries to tell the adventure, and it's interesting what he goes through. And he goes to the future, and he explains the culture of the humans that are left, and the two, I guess, different groups. And yeah, it's like the better offs and the not better offs, and anyway, and then he comes back and he tells everybody this story, and they're like, you should have been a writer. And then at the very end, he goes away on another time travel adventure and doesn't come back. So it was a pretty good book, I guess. Short read. I read it on my phone from Goodreads because they had a free ebook download thing, and so I didn't have to pay for it. And I think one thing that really kind of turned me off to it was that in the beginning, when he's the time traveler guy, when he's like first explaining everything and everyone's like skeptical and like, oh, you're so full of crap, it kind of reminded me of Moore's Utopia, and I despise that book with my entire being. Like, it should be burned in the fiery pits of hell for all eternity as far as I'm concerned. Can't stand it. And there were parts of it that reminded me of Utopia. And so that really turned me off quite a decent amount, which I feel bad about, but what can you do? And so, but it was better, because then it sort of was like, oh, well, at first this future world seemed like a utopia, but it really wasn't. And here's all the things that went wrong with it, because people tried to make a utopia, and it was not how they planned. And so I appreciate that. One thing that I would have liked to know was about the narrator, because you don't know who exactly it is. It's just like, this is what I did, I was sitting there listening, but you're never like, nobody ever says a name or a title, because none of them have names really. It's at least not when he's the time traveler is telling the story. It's more like the doctor, the psychiatrist, that sort of thing. Not they don't really have names. I think there's like 1 or 2 maybe. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So I guess the narrator could have been anybody. Anyway, it was an okay read. Speaking of which, before I forget, since it's April next week, I'm going to announce my book of the month, which I take pleasure in the fact that it's also my birthday month, and I get to pick the book. So the book I'm picking is The Golem and the Jinni by Helene Wecker. Here's the cover. It's really pretty. And I've been told it's good, and it's been sitting in my I want to read this list, and when Taylor came last month, I got it, or beginning of this month, I got it. I haven't read it yet because I'm like, this will be good for the book of the month. So that's the book for this month. In other worlds, aka real life world, pigs are in full swing. My little spotted one is doing good, and I hope that she stays like that because she's really, really cute. But I can't get attached because the project's short, and then I don't know what happens. But we have outside pigs and inside pigs, and the outside ones are loving the outside and the mud and the hay and the everything. And we had a new little baby at work. Her name's Poppy. She's this really cute little calf. Finally got a girl. And apart from that, I am exhausted because I've been doing pigs at work, and then I've been being dragged sort of partially to the gym, and I'm exhausted. So that's like my life at this point. I hope y'all are doing well. I saw y'all, or I don't know if you guys did, but the East Coast got more snow. I'm sorry. It's been like 70s here, except the wind's been really, really bad. like the sky is brown with so much dust and dirt, and you essentially need sunglasses even if the sun's not out, just to act as like goggles because the dirt's so bad. And it just comes out of nowhere and then just blows all day. So that's my life. Trying to remember. Oh yeah, I went and saw Divergent. If you haven't seen it, go see it, Liz. Christy, I know you saw it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. There were some little things that kind of bothered me, but for the most part, it was wonderful, and I caved and got both soundtracks. And yeah. And yeah, Liz, you need to read those if you haven't. I think you have. And also, how is The Archived coming? Because I loved both that and Unbound. So I'm anxious to hear what you thought about that, Liz, once you finish it. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight because I'm tired, like I said. Pigs wear you out. So I hope y'all have a great week, and I guess I'll see you somebody Friday.